Chapter 21 Lunar Great Emperor, Another Golden Fate, Empress of Embarrassment. You are listening at novelfull.audio. No need to flatter, prepare to mobilize the strong members of the sect and occupy the northern wilderness. It's also a good opportunity for the expansion of the Myriad beast sect's territory, said Purple Mountain Saint indifferently, although it's impossible to swallow the entire northern wilderness, even if it's just half, plus the Sioux family. It would still be a great advantage. After all, territory often brings vast resources and population. Half of the northern wilderness, plus the Sioux family, with a few thousand years of development, would expand the power of the Myriad beast sect by 1/3. Yes, the sect master of the Myriad beast sect's eyes lit up, feeling excited. Saint, it's been a long time since I last killed. Purple Mountain Saint ignored the sect master of the Myriad beast sect and rubbed his bow, his eyes flashing with a cold and fierce light. On his old and rugged face, a hint of cruelty and bloodthirstiness could be seen. He couldn't wait to use the holy execution bow to kill Sioux Changsheng. On the other side, Sioux family, Heavenly Origin City. Please welcome the bride and groom. On the stage, Su Yun stood in the middle, acting as the host, his deep voice resounding through the heavens and earth. As for the elders, naturally, there were none. Qingge's family, as well as her entire lineage, had been wiped out by the Gu family patriarch. As for Sioux Changsheng, he was now 6,000 years old. Among his peers, except for a few, they had all disappeared under the erosion of time. Therefore, many of the customary etiquettes were abandoned. Before long, petals filled the sky, countless divine lights shimmered, immortal lights surrounded the area, true dragons, phoenixes, and even the illusions of countless immortals and fairies appeared. There was a refined fairy mist permeating the air, brilliant stars shining, golden lotuses blooming, celestial maidens scattering flowers, and gods and demons chanting praises. Various incredible and astonishing phenomena occurred. The wedding venue was transformed into something resembling the immortal realm. What an amazing phenomenon! It's so lifelike that even us semi-saints can't tell if it's real or not. No, these visions are real. That celestial light, the golden lotus, and the heavenly flowers are actually condensed divine essence, containing immense energy. Even an ordinary everlasting realm cultivator would benefit from absorbing them. For the younger generation, this is a great opportunity. It can even temper the physical body and bring many benefits to cultivation. On the high platform, the leaders and powerful figures of various factions were all shocked. Is this the work of a saint? Good stuff. Wow, this is a gift from the Saint of Longevity. Quick, absorb it. The geniuses and powerful figures from various factions were excited. While praising, they activated their techniques and frantically absorbed the energy. However, they soon discovered that they couldn't absorb these things at all. They could only passively absorb them, and no matter how they activated their techniques, it was useless. Therefore, in disappointment, everyone gave up on absorbing and shifted their attention back to the wedding banquet. At this moment, above the wedding banquet, Sioux Changsheng and Qingge had already appeared and were preparing for the wedding ceremony. Just as Sioux Changsheng had just stepped onto the stage, a cold, mechanical voice of a lowly suddenly resounded. Ding, detected qualified concubine candidates. White Cloud Dynasty's princess, by Yuega, possesses exceptional talent and carries the primordial spirit imprint of a Qingge great emperor. Golden, destiny. It is recommended to take her as a concubine. It was still that familiar lowly voice, filled with a cold aura, by Yuega. The primordial spirit imprint of a Qingge great emperor. Upon hearing the system's prompt, Sioux Changsheng's hand, which was about to hold Qingge's, paused for a moment, feeling somewhat surprised. Another candidate for a concubine, and she is related to a great emperor. Interesting. Sioux Changsheng thought to himself. Since there was a candidate who met the criteria, he naturally didn't intend to let it go. Moreover, his divine sense was terrifying. With a single thought, he could cover a radius of 10,000 miles, naturally sensing the presence of White Cloud Ancestor and making connections between the two. With a little speculation, Sioux Changsheng understood White Cloud Ancestor's intentions. It seems that they want to form an alliance and take a roundabout approach. Sioux Changsheng found it somewhat amusing, but he didn't pay much attention to it. After taking a glance, he shifted his focus to Qingge in front of him. After all, she was his legal wife, although not the only one, she was at least the first one for now, so he naturally had to respect her, even if she didn't want to, it didn't matter. Changsheng would slowly make Qingge willing. Qingge, not thinking like this, Changsheng held her small hand, feeling her sudden stiffness. He looked at Qingge's face with deep affection and a smile on his lips. That affectionate gaze made Qingge instantly stiffen all over, giving her goosebumps. My wife, you are truly beautiful. Changsheng admired in his heart, although the red veil was made with top-grade divine materials and could block the detection of saint-level divine consciousness, how could it hide it from him, the Creator? Naturally, he could see her appearance clearly. It had to be said that Qingge, with her makeup and red sleeves, was truly stunning. One glance could captivate a city, another glance could captivate a nation. Today is our joyous day, so let's smile more. Changsheng said with a meaningful smile as he looked at Qingge, whose face was stiff and whole body frozen. It had to be said that seeing the Empress in such a stiff and tearless state really pleased him. He had an impulse to play with her deeply. Get lost. Soon, Qingge's body relaxed, her face expressionless, but there was a cold smile in her heart. She silently kept this humiliation in her heart. She swore that when her cultivation level improved, she would slap Changsheng to death. No, that would be too easy for him. First, she would beat him half to death, then make him her servant, and let him serve her for a lifetime. At this moment, Qingge's heart was filled with endless resentment. Let's go, it's time for the wedding. Changsheng held Qingge's delicate hand and began the wedding ceremony. Because it involved the esteemed Saint Changsheng, many of the traditional wedding customs were abolished, leaving only a few rituals such as the couple's bow to each other. The couple's bow, with a loud roar from Su Yun, amplified by his cultivation in the everlasting realm, the sound reverberated throughout heavenly origin city, even reaching thousands of miles away. All the cultivators attending the banquet, including countless mortals, could hear it at this moment. Countless gazes turned towards them, including a group of semi-saint sect masters, powerful figures from various forces, and divine maidens. The members of the Su family were even more excited and nervous. This was their great ancestor's first grand wedding. He. Just as Changsheng's eyes were filled with a smile, ready to bow to the blushing Qingge, a voice filled with age-old mockery suddenly resounded through the heavens and earth. The couple's bow? No problem, soon you'll become a pair of dead mandarin ducks. Bow to each other on the road to the underworld. As soon as the words fell, boom. A terrifying and boundless aura of holiness swept over, covering the entire heavenly origin city, shaking it to its core. Countless cultivators and mortals, at this moment, all showed expressions of fear. The sect masters of the top forces, the many semi-saints, all stood up with shocked expressions, their gazes filled with astonishment. A saint was attacking. Changsheng's face also gradually turned cold, and a terrifying killing intent burst forth from his eyes. Flylu's 18th anniversary brand upgrade rewards readers. Top up 100 and get 500 VIP points. Grab it now. Promotion period, August 10th to August 20th. Chapter 22 Fighting for the Immortal Ancestor, the Arrogant Qingge. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Boom. The void trembled, and a terrifying pressure swept through like a storm, causing the entire heavenly origin city to shake. But soon, countless order runes rose from all over the city, turning into seals with radiant divine light, resembling rotating stars, dispelling this pressure. As early as when preparing for the wedding banquet, the Su family had considered various situations and set up numerous formations throughout heavenly origin city to prevent accidents, although they couldn't withstand a saint. Resolving the pressure was not a problem. However, at this moment, no one paid attention to these formations. Everyone's gaze was fixed on the sky. There, a tall figure appeared. He carried a large bow and walked step by step, each step as if treading on level ground. Illusory beast shadows emerged, with mythical creatures like Tao Tai and Swan Ni guarding him, as if an ancient barbaric god had descended. The order of heaven and earth manifested around him, forming intertwined divine chains. Like a world, the overwhelming saint's might emanated from him, powerful enough to make many semi-saint patriarchs tremble. The Purple Mountain Saint of the Myriad Beast sect, it's actually him. On the high platform, the head of the Wang family's expression changed, unable to help but exclaim in shock. The Purple Mountain Saint. It is said that he once killed a saint-level ferocious beast. That bow is the saint-slaying bow, the Myriad beast sect's sacred weapon. The Purple Mountain Saint actually brought this sacred weapon here. Is he planning to kill the Eternal Saint? Could it be that today, a saint massacre is going to happen? The patriarchs of many top forces were all powerful and the leaders of major forces, with extensive knowledge and understanding of the information about various ancestral founders. Therefore, when the Purple Mountain Saint appeared, they knew about him. They also understood his achievements, having once killed a saint-level ferocious beast, coupled with the saint-slaying bow. They understood, the Myriad beast sect was going to massacre a saint today. No wonder the Myriad beast sect has been quiet all this time. It turns out they were planning to settle the score today. This ambition is too great. They actually want to kill a saint. But that's a saint. Could it be that a saint catastrophe is really going to happen today? That the patriarchs of the top forces trembled in their hearts, not only them, but also the powerful figures present, the talented individuals and divine maidens from various factions, were all stunned. Su Changsheng is finished. Facing Purple Mountain Saint, a newly ascended saint like him cannot possibly resist. I didn't expect it. I thought Myriad beast sect was backing down, and Su family was going to rise with the help of the longevity saint. But I didn't expect Myriad beast sect to be so ruthless, launching a thunderous attack, aiming to kill a saint. Su Changsheng is doomed. What a pity. Many top experts shook their heads, some sighed, their tone filled with regret. Who let him be so arrogant? He dared to kill the elder of Myriad beast sect. He's just a newly ascended saint, thinking he's invincible. How laughable. Ling Jian sneered, as the sect master of Towering Void Sword sect, he had a strong background, even more terrifying than Myriad beast sect. Naturally, he was not afraid of Su Changsheng, not to mention, Su Changsheng is finished now. Even if he said a few words to add insult to injury, he didn't believe Su Changsheng could do anything to him. It's over. Bai Yun Lao Zu's face looked ugly, and he felt some regret in his heart. Could it be that his decision was wrong? Protect the Ancestor. At this moment, Su Yun roared, and the terrifying aura of thousands of Law Manifestation Realm and more than 30 Everlasting Realm erupted from various places in Su family. The shocking momentum made everyone tremble. Is this the foundation of Su family? In the distance, Purple Mountain Saint, who was walking leisurely, raised an eyebrow in surprise when he saw this scene. His gaze swept over the many powerful figures present, including the semi-saint sect masters of various sects, causing their hearts to tremble, and they all lowered their heads, not daring to meet his gaze directly. Interesting. A small Su family actually hides so many Everlasting Realm experts. Purple Mountain Saint said softly, his voice resounding through the heavens and earth, clearly audible to everyone. But it's a pity. Ants are still ants. Even if a group of ants come together, they cannot shake the divine dragon. He flicked his finger, dong. This finger strike seems to have hit the invisible string of the great Tao. A dull sound resounds, and thousands of Law Manifestation Realm, including more than 30 ancient and powerful beings, instantly collapse, just like a shattered glass ball. Hiss. So powerful, this is what a saint is like. Once they become a saint, crushing non-saints is as simple as crushing ants. That's right, even if it's a newly ascended saint, it's not difficult to kill hundreds or thousands of Everlasting Realm cultivators, let alone someone like Purple Mountain Saint, an old powerhouse. The Su family is doomed. Seeing this scene, the semi-saint sect masters present are also extremely shocked. Thousands of Law Manifestation Realm cultivators. 30 venerables close to semi-saint. Yes, this is indeed a very powerful force, comparable to the most powerful top forces, but in the face of a saint, it's still useless, just a group of ants. This is the importance of high-end combat power, and it is also the reason why a saint can protect a top force for tens of thousands of years. Kill. Although Su Yun and the others were impacted, they were not seriously injured. After all, it was only the collapse of their aura, not enough to harm them. At this moment, They roared and wanted to move forward again, even if it's a saint. Daring to offend the ancestor of longevity means being an enemy of the Su family. Not to mention a saint, even if a great emperor personally arrives, they would still dare to wield their swords boldly. Stubborn, that Purple Mountain Saint shook his head, his eyes indifferent. He took off the blood-colored bow on his back, as if lifting a heavy mountain. A tremendous pressure filled the air. Step back, just as he was about to draw the bow, a cold voice sounded. It was Su Changsheng. He didn't even lift his head, still gazing affectionately at Qingge, but his voice made all the strong members of the Su family, including Su Yun, stop in their tracks and look at him with respectful expressions. Yes, Ancestor. Interesting, you are Su Changsheng. Su Changsheng was about to swing his bow and kill the powerful Su family expert, the Purple Mountain Saint. When he looked over in surprise, he didn't expect Su Changsheng to have such prestige, as a single sentence made everyone from the Su family stop. Qingge, there's a fly buzzing around, disturbing our celebration. I'll swat it and then we can continue with the wedding. Su Changsheng ignored the situation and held Qingge's hand, smiling. On his handsome face, there was no trace of fear, and his tone was calm. Killing a saint seemed as simple and easy to him as swatting a fly. Ha ha ha, it seems you've truly gone mad. Upon hearing this, the Purple Mountain Saint couldn't help but shake his head and laugh. He didn't get angry. In his eyes, this was nothing more than the ramblings of a dying person. Get it over with quickly. Under her red veil, Qingge's face was cold, and she impatiently said a sentence. Although she disliked Su Changsheng, she disliked the fly that was jumping around at this moment even more. A small trash saint, acting so arrogantly. This was even more annoying to her than Su Changsheng, 1,000 times, 10,000 times more. It would be best if both of them died together. That way, she could escape from the annoying Su Changsheng and wouldn't be forced into marriage by him. Don't die. However, in the end, her lips moved slightly, and a voice as soft as a mosquito's buzz came out. It was very subtle, almost no one heard it, but Su Changsheng was very sensitive and caught this voice that could be called delicate. Good. With a slight smile at the corner of his mouth, Su Changsheng's eyes were filled with meaning. Flyhu's 18th anniversary brand upgrade rewards readers. Top up 100 and get 500 VIP points. Grab the top up now. Activity period, August 10th to August 20th. Chapter 23 Treating All Beings as Ants, Su Changsheng's Strength. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Qingge, have you lost your mind? How could you say such things? That bastard Su Changsheng, let him go die. A roar echoed in Qingge's heart. Even with a red veil covering her face, she could still sense Su Changsheng's playful gaze, filled with mockery. Clearly, he was teasing her about her true feelings. Just the thought of how she had lost control and blurted out those words made her feel ashamed and furious. She was the mighty Empress, revered throughout the ages, unmatched in the everlasting heaven realm. She didn't care about any great emperor from any faction, and yet, she had spoken like a foolish little girl. It was utterly stupid to think about it now. Could it be that she, the mighty Empress, was really being manipulated by Su Changsheng? No, Su Changsheng should just go die, preferably killed by the saint of the Myriad beast sect. Wait for me. Just as Qingge was in turmoil, Su Changsheng's voice came from beside her. This time, there was no hint of teasing, only a reassuring calmness. Qingge was startled and looked up, only to see Su Changsheng turning around, leaving behind a tall figure. Her heart trembled. In her previous life, she had trained alone for thousands of years, becoming a quasi-emperor, but she had never felt any care or warmth. Until now, she had unexpectedly felt this kind of emotion from Su Changsheng, the man who had forced her. Ancestor. Ancestor, I swear to follow you to the death. Seeing Su Changsheng stepping forward alone, Su Yun's eyes turned red. He felt humiliated and angrily shouted. This wasn't the first time the Su family had been attacked, but it was the first time they had been attacked during the Ancestor's grand wedding, and it was their most revered ancestor. Even though the other party was an esteemed saint, they were still filled with anger. Ancestor, not only Su Yun, but countless members of the Su family also have a fire burning in their hearts. ready to erupt at any moment. "Su Changsheng, I have come for you today," said the Purple Mountain Saint, raising his eyebrows and casting his gaze toward Su Changsheng with an indifferent tone. "By killing the elders of my Myriad beast sect, I will use your holy blood, along with the entire clan, to repay the debt." He said calmly, with a condescending posture. He looked down upon Su Changsheng. "I don't have time to chat with you, die, boom." As the words fell, the Purple Mountain Saint extended a large hand and pressed down towards Su Changsheng. Between his palms and fingers, mist intertwined, transforming into blood-colored lightning. A terrifying pressure swept down. The thousands of miles of empty space, including the entire Su family and the wedding banquet, trembled violently at this moment, as if they were about to shatter in the next instant. "Run!" Countless people looked terrified, and many semi-saint sect masters were frightened. They quickly led their disciples away from the scene. "It's over. Su Changsheng is doomed. Can he withstand the palm of the Purple Mountain Saint?" In the world, all eyes focused on Su Changsheng. Everyone was watching, wanting to know how Su Changsheng would respond to this attack. Boom. Su Changsheng's expression was cold as he pointed his finger, and a divine power erupted like a mountain and sea, shattering the palm. His strength at the Saint realm was undoubtedly revealed. "Interesting," the Purple Mountain Saint nodded slightly. "If he couldn't even withstand a single palm from him, then he would be too useless. But this attack won't be so easy to withstand." Roar of 10,000 beasts, the Purple Mountain Saint sneered as he threw a punch, and the illusions of countless fierce beasts appeared, each one extremely terrifying, whether it was a lion-like creature, a gluttonous beast, or a mythical creature. One terrifying beast after another emerged, roaring with frightening power, shattering the space, spreading towards Heavenly Origin City like a black hole. The entire Heavenly Origin City trembled as countless formations shook, and billions of runes shattered inch by inch, unable to withstand the power of the Saint. "If we can't stop it, then let's die together." Purple Mountain Saint laughed loudly, his laughter filled with bloodlust and cruelty. To a saint like him, what are all living beings? In his eyes, the countless beings in Heavenly Origin City were nothing but ants. He didn't care if he wiped them all out with a single strike. How ruthless! If Su Changsheng can't stop him, the entire Heavenly Origin City will be wiped out with a single strike. This is what a saint is like, looking down on all living beings. All the semi-saint sect masters kept their distance and watched this scene from the distant sky, their eyes filled with shock. "Ah, is it really going to end?" White Cloud Ancestor also took by Yuega away, watching this earth-shattering strike, feeling fear and sighing involuntarily. He didn't know how a newly ascended saint could resist an old powerhouse like Purple Mountain Saint. Around the second heaven of the Saint realm, an ordinary newly ascended saint would definitely be heavily injured by a single palm strike. Qingge was also paying attention, although her cultivation was low, only at the Qi realm now. Her vision was terrifying as the former Empress. She could see the strength and weakness of the opponent at a glance. If it were an ordinary newly ascended saint, they would definitely be heavily injured by a single palm strike. After all, the gap between each of the 9 heavens of the saint realm was immense, with several levels of difference. It should be noted that every 1% increase in strength represented a huge difference. If there were powerful secret techniques or weapons, it would create an overwhelming advantage. Not to mention several levels of difference. Can this bastard Su Changsheng withstand it? Qingge frowned slightly, looking at Su Changsheng with some worry. Boom! Facing this strike, Su Changsheng remained calm, simply waving his sleeve. Countless stars surged out like a tide, transforming into a vast galaxy. The reason he was called the Starfall King, naturally, it was related to his cultivation method, known as the Stellar Scripture. With every movement, he could mobilize the power of the stars. Becoming a saint is already astonishing, but now it's even more terrifying. With a snap of the fingers, stars fall and the galaxy is bombarded. Boom! Countless stars collide, obliterating terrifying beasts one by one. So powerful. Purple Mountain Saint's pupils contracted. That last strike was almost a full-force attack, using the power of the vast Saint Dao laws to imprison the void, lock onto the aura, leaving ordinary saints with no way to evade, only able to withstand it head-on. he thought that he would be able to severely injure Su Changsheng with that strike, but he didn't expect it to be blocked. And it seems like it was done effortlessly. I underestimated this Su Changsheng. Purple Mountain Saint's heart sank. If it were a newly ascended saint, with him wielding the holy execution bow, there would be at least a 90% chance of killing them, or at the very least inflicting an indelible injury. But Su Changsheng's strength is obviously not that of an ordinary newly ascended saint, but that of someone who can rival him, a peak-level saint of the second heaven. He actually blocked it. A group of semi-saint sect masters were also stunned. Su Changsheng's strength is actually this strong. Boom! Before everyone could be shocked for too long, Su Changsheng's expression turned cold as he suddenly soared into the air, gazing at Purple Mountain Saint from a distance. Then, a terrifying aura erupted from his body. At this moment, the terrifying momentum of a fourth heaven saint erupted from him. The heavens and earth boiled, countless chains of divine order and rules of the great Tao were impacted, a force as mighty as a mountain torrent, a tsunami, and even 1,000 times more terrifying, swept out, countless divine radiance erupted, filling every inch of space. The heavens and earth fell silent, countless people's minds went blank, their souls on the verge of shattering, as if everything had come to a standstill. Even the mighty semi-saints had stiff expressions, their powerful primordial spirits trembling. Flylo's 18th anniversary brand upgrade rewards readers. Top up 100 and receive 500 VIP points. Grab the top up now. Activity period, August 10th to August 20th. Chapter 24, with the galaxy above my head and the void beneath my feet, I am the Lord of the Stars. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Boom! The heavens and earth tremble, and all spirits quiver, countless chains of divine order manifest, innumerable visions appear, with chaotic azure lotus, golden flowers descending from the sky, immortals chanting scriptures, and countless gods and demons roaring, golden lightning intertwines, chaotic mist surges. At the top of the sky, countless stars descend, forming a galaxy above Su Changsheng's head. The starlight is brilliant, like a starry world. The entire heavens and earth are covered by stars, with boundless starlight shining, as if entering the universe. Boom! In Su Changsheng's eyes, the starlight is dazzling. Vaguely visible, rounds of large stars rotate, emitting surging fluctuations that are too dazzling to look at. At this moment, he has a galaxy above his head and stands on boundless land, as if he is the master of the stars in the sky, with the power to command the heavens and stars, an invincible divine might. How is this possible? Purple Mountain Saint finally changes his expression. His tall and sturdy body retreats, his gaze trembling as he looks at Su Changsheng. Saint Fourth Heaven. He couldn't help but exclaim in astonishment, how is this possible? Su Changsheng has just recently ascended to the saint realm, how could he be a powerhouse at the fourth heaven of saint? It should be known that reaching the saint realm, in order to continue to break through, one must either be an unparalleled genius, possess an unparalleled physique, have abundant resources, or obtain great opportunities. Otherwise, to break through one realm, it would take at least thousands, or even tens of thousands of years. And this is still referring to those with the potential to break through, those who can continue to improve as a saint. Just like Purple Mountain Saint, his potential has reached its limit. Even though he has been a saint for over 30,000 years, he still only has the cultivation of the second heaven, making it difficult for him to break through to the third heaven. As for his eldest brother, who has slightly higher talent, he is currently in seclusion, attempting to break through to the fourth heaven, and this is already quite impressive. Some weaker saints, although they have luckily become saints, basically remain stagnant for their entire lives. Therefore, although Su Changsheng is a saint, he is not highly regarded by the Purple Mountain Saint. Because a newly promoted saint's strength is not too strong, with his strength, there is a high probability of being killed. However, the intelligence is obviously wrong. Su Changsheng is not a newly promoted saint, but a powerful saint at the fourth heaven. He is even stronger than his elder brother by one level. What? Su Changsheng is actually a fourth heaven saint. Didn't he just recently get promoted? Could it be that he became a saint hundreds of years ago? It's impossible. Even if he became a saint hundreds of years ago, this short amount of time is not enough for him to break through to the fourth heaven. It seems that he must have obtained a great opportunity. On the other side, a group of semi-saint sect masters also heard this and were all shocked. No one expected that Su Changsheng was not a newly promoted saint, but a fourth heaven saint. It's actually a fourth heaven saint. Ling Jian's face looked ugly, and he felt a hint of regret in his heart. If he had known that Su Changsheng would be this strong, he wouldn't have tried to harm him earlier. Although it was just idle talk, in a broader sense, it was an offense to the dignity of a saint. If Su Changsheng were to have a conflict with the Towering Void Sword sect because of this, as the sect master, he would also be punished. Don't be afraid. Our Towering Void Sword sect has 3 saint ancestors. What does it matter if Su Changsheng is a fourth heaven saint? The sword sect has 2 saints and is not afraid of him, Ling Sword Heart silently said, but even so, he still felt some regret. A fourth heaven saint, on the other side, Baiyun Patriarch's eyes lit up, and hope ignited within him. With this level of strength, he should not fear the Purple Mountain Saint anymore. Beside him, Bai Yuega blinked her clear eyes and stared closely at Su Changsheng's figure, shimmering with brilliance. Dare to disturb my wedding, the 3 swords will kill you. In the battlefield, facing everyone's shock, Su Changsheng paid no attention. He took a step forward, and a terrifying aura swept through, like a surging river. Clang! In the next instant, Su Changsheng pointed his finger and it turned into a sword. Above his head, the galaxy rotated, and large stars rolled in one after another. Each one was immense, like real stars, pressing down on the void with a rumbling sound, as if it were collapsing. Boom! 9 large stars rotated and transformed into an unparalleled divine sword. Its sharpness was world-shaking, and its sword energy broke through the 9 heavens, as if it could pierce the sky and cut through the eternal ages. The world-shaking sword energy caused the expression of the Purple Mountain Saint to change drastically, and he roared in anger. 3 swords to kill me? Who do you think you are? Even if you are at the 4th heaven of the Saint Realm, I will still kill you without hesitation. Boom. As he spoke, he swung the blood-colored bow in his hand, and a terrifying divine power surged into it. In an instant, the entire bow emitted a terrifying radiance. The blood-colored divine radiance illuminated the world. Within the bowstring, the mysterious rules of blood circulated, emitting an overwhelming aura of slaughter, as if an unparalleled killing god had revived. The bow of holy execution was the Myriad beast sect's supreme holy weapon, even more terrifying than ordinary holy weapons. Bow of holy execution, slay all living beings. The Purple Mountain Saint roared, and his other hand plucked the bowstring, forcefully pulling it to a full moon. His white hair fluttered, and with a buzzing sound, an endless blood-colored radiance surged between heaven and earth. That was the aura of slaughter that permeated the heavens and the earth. Condensed at this moment, the space was filled with a sea of blood-colored radiance, so numerous that it seemed like an ocean of blood. Within the blood-colored radiance, there were even black rays of killing light and the laws of slaughter. That was an even more terrifying power. In the end, a beam of blood-colored and black light condensed, radiating an overwhelming aura of slaughter. The terrifying momentum made all living beings in the world feel fear and extreme panic. At the first moment, Su Changsheng felt that he was locked onto by a terrifying killing intent. It was as if he had escaped to the ends of the earth or entered an infinite dimensional space, but he still couldn't escape the pursuit. Of course, that was just an illusion, but it also demonstrated the terrifying nature of this arrow. An ordinary saint would most likely have a great chance of being shot and killed. Boom! In the next instant, the light arrow collided with the sword of 9 stars, causing a devastating wave that swept through, shattering the space inch by inch, as if the sky had opened up a huge hole. The black abyss swallowed everything. Heavenly Origin City, originally immense and spanning thousands of miles, appeared minuscule in the face of this black hole. This kind of power. It's too strong. In front of it, a semi-saint is like an ant. Not good. The aftermath of this power is too terrifying. The entire Heavenly Origin City is going to be destroyed. If we don't leave, we will also be swallowed. Retreat quickly. The powerhouses of various forces all changed their expressions, and even the hearts of the semi-saint masters trembled. Many geniuses and goddesses were shocked. but their eyes also shone with longing. This is the realm they yearn for, the goal they need to pursue for a lifetime. Buzz. Just as Heavenly Origin City was about to be swallowed, countless starlights fell, and a mysterious power swept through, wiping away the black hole and calming all the disturbances. All of this was obviously done by Su Changsheng. While dueling with the Holy Execution Bow, he actually had spare energy to wipe away the aftermath of the collision. How is this possible? Purple Mountain Saint's face turned pale. That last strike was already his full power, enough to kill a holy executioner and slay a god. Even a normal fourth heaven saint wouldn't dare to casually take it head-on, but Su Changsheng not only easily blocked it, but it was also clear that he still had spare energy. Second sword. Su Changsheng's expression remained calm, neither sad nor happy, as he looked down at Purple Mountain Saint, as if looking at an ant. 10,000 stars. Then, he raised his hand and grabbed it. The galaxy rotated, and countless stars fell. This time, it was a sword formed by 10,000 stars. Flylo's 18th anniversary brand upgrade rewards readers. Top up 100 and get 500 VIP points. Grab the top up now. Activity period, August 10th to August 20th. Chapter 25 Killing Saint with One Sword, Rushing to the Door to Die. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Clang. Countless stars form a sword. In the heavens and the earth, a divine sword tens of thousands of zhang long appears, spanning across the heavens and the earth. Its sharpness radiates, causing even the mind of the Purple Mountain Saint to tremble with fear. His whole being is filled with terror. The 9 stars sword formation was already so terrifying before, requiring him to use the holy slaying bow with all his might to resist. Now, with the formation of the countless stars sword, how much more terrifying would it be? Although it is impossible to increase by hundreds or thousands of times, it will at least be greatly enhanced, enough to crush him. Boom! The divine sword, tens of thousands of zhang long, possesses an unstoppable might, shaking the vast earth. Countless cultivators and billions of mortals all gaze in awe at this scene. That world-shaking strike is like the opening of heaven and earth, the ultimate strike that ends all ages, and the first to bear the brunt. The Purple Mountain Saint senses an extremely terrifying threat of death. His primordial spirit stings incessantly, and his whole body trembles. With this strike, he might really die. I will never die here. The Purple Mountain Saint roars in anger. At this moment, he is also going all out, his face ferocious. He fiercely strikes his own chest, spitting out several mouthfuls of blood in succession. The blood is crystal clear, enveloped in the rules of the Great Tao, containing extremely terrifying vitality. The blood from the heart is the most precious essence of a living being, and there is not much of it to begin with. Not to mention, this is the blood from a second heaven saint, several mouthfuls of which are almost comparable to all the vitality essence of a newly promoted saint. Buzz, the blood from the heart falls onto the blood-colored bow, causing the bow to violently tremble. A power far surpassing before radiates from it. Exterminate immortals. The Purple Mountain Saint forcefully pulls the bowstring. This time, both his hands tremble, and his saintly body shakes violently, continuously bursting out blood, but he disregards everything, bends the bow and sets the arrow, unleashing the strongest strike of his life. Boom! A violent roar, the heavens and the earth darken, and only a pitch-black beam of light pierces through the constraints of time and space, as if piercing through everything, tearing through the river of time. Not bad. Under the galaxy, Su Changsheng's gaze slightly condensed, and he could tell that the second sword wouldn't be able to kill this Purple Mountain Saint, but they agreed on 3 swords, so it must be 3 swords to kill. Boom! Immediately after, a more terrifying aura erupted. Su Changsheng pointed his finger at his forehead, his divine consciousness bloomed, and he activated the Starfall scripture, mobilizing the vast galaxy. In an instant, the galaxy rolled like a river, and the light of countless stars emerged, turning into boundless starlight that fell down, forming a star robe that covered his body, radiating divine light. On the star robe, countless star patterns permeated, forming a star chart. Within the star chart, a majestic star appeared, suppressing countless stars. The Emperor of the Stars, that was the Emperor star. Among the stars, the Emperor was supreme. To turn the galaxy into the Emperor Star, and to turn the Emperor Star into the sword in my hand, one sword to break through eternity, Su Changsheng whispered softly, clang. With a wave of his hand, the galaxy surged and condensed into an immeasurable Emperor Star, exuding a majestic aura, and then fell into his hand, transforming into a sword of stars. It should be said, the sword of the Emperor Star, this was the technique he cultivated, the Starfall scripture, which recorded the most powerful move. Back then, he relied on this sword to kill 3 semi-saints with just one strike, shaking the true saint continent. And in the Starfall scripture, it was recorded that its creator once unleashed astonishing power with this move, killing a great saint of the same level with one strike. This was a forbidden strike. What? There's an even stronger sword. The Purple Mountain Saint trembled, completely terrified, his eyes filled with fear. Su Changsheng held the sword of the Emperor Star, his indifferent gaze fell, and then he swung down the sword. The sword light swept across, seemingly slow, but actually surpassing time and space, instantly sweeping everything away. All of this seemed to take a long time, but in reality, it happened in an instant. In the battlefield, the previous sword of 10,000 stars and the black beam of light were about to collide, boom. But in the next moment, following the Emperor Star's sword strike, it had already descended, covering everything. There was no earth-shattering collision, only silence. Everything on the battlefield disappeared, leaving only a terrifying void crack. Within the crack, countless chains of divine order shattered. One could see many fragments of divine light swirling with astonishing power. Those were the rules and order of the universe, completely shattered under this sword. In addition, there were some fragments of flesh and a broken blood-colored bow. As for Purple Mountain Saint, he had already disappeared. Disappear for me. Countless blood-colored clouds surged in the sky, and blood rain was about to fall. This was the omen of Saint's fall. However, Su Changsheng glanced at it and wiped it away with a palm, jokingly. Today was his wedding day. Killing people was already ominous enough. If there was a blood rain, would the wedding banquet still be held? He was already unhappy, and now he wanted to make things difficult for him. I was planning to beat you up later, but I didn't expect you to come and die today. Su Changsheng continued to make a move, wiping away the horrifying void crack, and then summoned the blood-colored bow. Looking at the broken blood-colored bow, he couldn't help but sigh. You really don't know manners. You forced me to annihilate your entire sect. Coming to cause trouble on his wedding day, wasn't this slapping his face? Even though he had just killed Purple Mountain Saint with a sword, he was still somewhat annoyed. He had just prepared to consummate his marriage with the Empress. Purple Mountain Saint has fallen. That's a saint, and also an old saint who has been revered for more than 30,000 years. He was high above, looking down on the continent, but unexpectedly died like this, killed by a single sword. Myriad Beast Sect was full of confidence, wanting to kill the Eternal Saint to show off their might, but unexpectedly, they ended up being trampled upon. After today, the Su family will rise completely, and the strength of Myriad Beast Sect will decline greatly. Today, a saint's fall has indeed occurred, but it's not the Eternal Saint, it's the Saint of Myriad Beast Sect. This battle is destined to shake the true Saint continent and be recorded in the history of the continent. In the distance, a group of semi-saint sect masters looked shocked, all staring blankly at this scene. Even though they were sect masters, high above and with deep mental fortitude, at this moment, they were also shocked to the point of scalp tingling and trembling. It was too terrifying. A venerable old saint has been killed, or rather, a newly promoted young saint. They understood that from today onwards, the Su family would rise, and Su Changsheng would become renowned throughout the world, truly becoming the most top-notch powerhouse in the continent. Apart from the lofty Taisher sect, even top forces like the towering Void Sword sect would have to show respect to him and not dare to easily offend him. A saint at the fourth heaven is not someone many forces dare to provoke, and compared to a newly promoted saint, their deterrent power is multiplied several times over. Ancestor. We have come to assist you and take down the Su family. Just at this moment, outside of Heavenly Origin City, divine light shone, and one after another, teleportation gates opened, accompanied by a loud roar. a group of powerful individuals appeared. The attire on their bodies was unmistakably that of cultivators from the Myriad Beast sect, and the person leading them was the sect master of the Myriad Beast sect. He had an excited expression, prepared to come and claim the resources and territory of the Gu family. This was a first-class force on the verge of reaching the top, with profound foundations. Once taken down, as the sect master, he would also gain immense benefits. Where is the Ancestor? However, just as he arrived, he realized that something was amiss. The original Purple Mountain Ancestor was nowhere to be seen, only a handsome youth standing in mid-air, holding a blood-colored bow, looking at him with a playful expression. Wait, why does that bow look so familiar? Furthermore, in the distance, the various sect masters, semi-saints, and the powerhouses of many forces, as well as the exceptional heavenly pride and divine maidens, all looked at them with strange expressions. Their gazes were peculiar. It was as if they were looking at a group of clowns, and the entire heavenly origin city, including the Su family, and even the cultivators and mortals who came to attend the wedding, all looked at them with strange expressions. This scene was completely different from the imagined scene of the Ancestor slaughtering everyone. It's over, the Myriad Beast sect master's heart sank, cold sweat uncontrollably falling. Something seemed off. It seemed like they had become clowns. P.S. Seeking some data, Flyover's 18th anniversary brand upgrade rewards readers. Top up 100 and receive 500 VIP vouchers. Grab it now, promotion period, August 10th to August 20th. Chapter 26 Just a Misunderstanding. They were all shot to death with one bow, and the sky fell. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Zong. Zongju, something seems off. Hiss, why haven't we seen Purple Mountain Patriarch? Hasn't he arrived yet? That person seems to be Su Changsheng, Zongju. What should we do now? Not only the Zongju of Myriad Beast sect, but also the powerful disciples who followed him, all sensed that something was wrong. They anxiously asked one after another. The Zongju of Myriad Beast sect opened his mouth, but couldn't say anything. He could only force out a smile, but that smile looked even more ugly than crying. The Zongju of Myriad Beast sect wanted to cry but had no tears. He couldn't possibly say that their own Saint Patriarch had been killed, right? The blood-colored bow in Su Changsheng's hand, wasn't it the holy bow taken away by Purple Mountain Patriarch? The originally intact holy bow was now half broken, held in Su Changsheng's hand. In addition, there was still a lingering aura in the air. The Zongju of Myriad Beast sect understood everything. Their own patriarch had indeed arrived, but instead of successfully killing Su Changsheng, he was killed by Su Changsheng, and his body was completely destroyed. Changsheng Patriarch, I say, we only came to pay our respects. Do you believe me? That the Zongju of Myriad Beast sect stammered, trembling for a long time before barely squeezing out a sentence. Behind him, the disciples of Myriad Beast sect, even if they were stupid, could understand what was happening. They were sweating profusely, trembling in fear, almost kneeling on the ground. Boom! Hearing this, Su Changsheng glanced at them, then waved the broken bow in his hand. The heavy bow, like billions of mountains crashing down, even though it was broken, still erupted with terrifying power, causing waves of saint-level fluctuations that directly shattered the void. Boom! The void collapsed, and the group of powerful Myriad Beast sect disciples, including the Zongju, were completely annihilated. Not even a trace of their primordial spirit remained, just a group of ants. Su Changsheng couldn't be bothered to deal with them, and simply killed them all with one bow. This scene made the powerful experts present feel their scalp tingling. The semi-saint Zongzus of various major forces, especially Ling Jian, couldn't help but gasp in cold air, their palms trembling. That was a semi-saint, and just like them, he was the Zongju of a top-level force. Yet, right before their eyes, he was killed by Su Changsheng with a single bow. If it were them, the result would probably be the same. Ling Jian was filled with fear and wished to turn around and run back to the towering Void Sword sect. He didn't want to stay in this ghostly place any longer, but if he were to leave at this moment, wouldn't that be disrespectful to the esteemed Saint Changsheng? Saint Changsheng is invincible. At this moment, within the Su family, accompanied by a roar from a clan member, all the people of the Su family were extremely fervent. their roars shaking the heavens and the earth like tidal waves. All the people of the Su family were extremely excited. They had thought that they were doomed this time, even the mighty Saint Changsheng might die in battle, and they had even prepared themselves to die alongside their esteemed ancestor, but they didn't expect that Saint Changsheng would be so extraordinary, forcefully suppressing the saint of the Myriad beast sect. Su Yun, Su Qingge, and the others were also filled with excitement. The elders' beards trembled, their fingers shook, and they were extremely thrilled. The Su family was finally going to rise. Qingge also looked up. Although she couldn't see Su Changsheng, she knew that he had won. "I'll be back in no time." At this moment, Su Changsheng left behind a casual remark and then took a step, his figure disappearing. Back in no time. Seeing Su Changsheng suddenly leave, everyone was stunned. At the same time, they remembered what he had said earlier, and an incredible thought arose in their hearts, especially the various sect masters. They were all shocked. Could it be that the esteemed Saint Changsheng is going to annihilate the Myriad beast sect? On the other side, in the Myriad beast sect within the 10,000 beast mountain range, towering mountains and palaces stood one after another, majestic and ancient, as if it were a primitive and savage realm. Thump, 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 between the mountains, one enormous ferocious beast after another roamed, their terrifying aura shaking the earth, occasionally letting out roars that caused the mountains and forests to tremble. Bang, bang, bang. In the midst of a forest of ancient palaces. Within a grand hall, countless lamps flickered and the flames shimmered, some blazing like pillars, others as calm as water. Each flame carried a faint primordial spirit fluctuation. These were primordial spirit lamps. Each primordial spirit lamp symbolized a powerful individual, and the state of the flame represented the corresponding individual situation. Once a flame shattered and extinguished, it meant the downfall of a powerful individual. And within this ancient palace, there were thousands of lamps, representing the numerous powerful individuals of the Myriad beast sect. At this moment, within the hall, the doors opened and a cultivator wearing the attire of an inner disciple walked in, humming a tune, preparing for a routine inspection. This was a task assigned by the sect, quite leisurely, and with good rewards. It was also a decently lucrative job. In order to secure this task, he had bribed the sect's elders. TSK, as long as I complete this month's quota and receive the reward, I can break through to the 7th level of the divine ability. By then, my ranking will improve even further. The inner disciple thought gleefully. The competition within the Myriad beast sect was fierce, but along with the intensity came abundant resources. As an inner disciple, every advancement in rank brought substantial rewards. Sigh, there's really nothing much to inspect. The Myriad beast sect is a top-tier power with 2 saint ancestors presiding over it. Even rogue cultivators wouldn't dare to make a move against the sect's powerful individuals. I heard that the sect master recently led a group of elders and disciples to annihilate the Su family. I'm so envious. They must have gained a lot of benefits, that the inner disciple said with some envy. That was a family on the verge of becoming a top-tier power. Once they were wiped out, the amount of resources would be immense. Even if they could obtain just a little, it would be a great advantage for a disciple, perhaps even propelling them to great heights. Unfortunately, he couldn't obtain any. For now, all he could do was envy from afar. Heh. I said there wouldn't be any problems. The inner disciple hummed lightly while raising his head to inspect the numerous primordial spirit lamps, revealing an air of nonchalance. It would be strange if something went wrong. Each of the primordial spirit lamps here represented at least a law manifestation realm cultivator or a genius of the sect. Breaking even one would be a significant matter. Let's go. After confirming that there were no problems, the inner disciple looked relaxed and prepared to turn and leave. Bang! However, just at this moment, among the thousands of lights, one of the higher positioned lights suddenly started shaking violently, and then exploded with a bang. Hiss! Seeing this, the inner disciple gasped in shock, his eyes almost bulging out. The primordial spirit light in that position was an elder of the everlasting realm, who dared to kill the elder of the Myriad beast sect. Could it be the lawless Scarlet Forging Demon Palace? Or the powerful Sea clan from the extreme sea? Or perhaps some top-level force? Bang bang bang. Just as the inner disciple was shocked, hundreds or even thousands of lights shattered and extinguished in an instant among the thousands of lights, including several top-level ones. That position belonged to the sect master and the saint Ancestor. This. The inner disciple collapsed to the ground, trembling as he pointed at the lights with a trembling finger, his whole body shaking, endless fear surging in his heart, his mind blank. The sky had collapsed for the Myriad beast sect. At this moment, this was the only thought in his mind. Not only the sect master, even the saint Ancestor had encountered trouble. For the Myriad beast sect, it was like the heavens and earth were tearing apart. Ah! At the same time, a roar sounded, shaking the tens of thousands of miles of wilderness. Flylu's 18th anniversary brand upgrade rewards readers. Top up 100 and get 500 VIP points. Grab it now. Activity period, August 10th to August 20th. Chapter 27. I will send you on the road together. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Rumble. The vast earth trembles incessantly, with countless mountains and forests shaking and rocks rolling. The ground quakes, and cracks appear one after another. Woo-woo. Between the mountains, throughout the mountain ranges, and even within the sect, all the ferocious beasts are now cowering on the ground, trembling and emitting low growls filled with fear. The beasts are terrified. Boom! A terrifying aura of holiness sweeps through like a surging tsunami, impacting the entire Myriad beast sect. Countless palaces tremble, and various formations are activated, but they are still shaken by the impact. This is the aura of holiness. That is the ancestral land of the sect. What's going on? Why is Saint Laozu angry? Wait, didn't the former sect master leave with powerful individuals? Could something have happened? In various places of the Myriad beast sect, whether it be palaces, mountain peaks, or cave mansions, figures open their eyes one after another. They are the strong individuals of the sect. At this moment, they are all alarmed, their gazes filled with shock. What could have caused Saint Laozu to be so furious? It should be noted that even when Su family's newly promoted saint, who didn't know the immensity of heaven and earth, killed an elder at the 7th level of the everlasting realm in the sect, Saint Laozu didn't seem to react. Could it be that the sect master and the others have encountered trouble? Oh my brother, how did you fall? Who is it? They actually killed you. I will avenge you. At this moment, a voice filled with grief and anger resounds through the heavens and earth, filled with hatred and sorrow. Its sound waves are like a great divine ability of the Buddhist sect, akin to the roar of a Vajra lion, sweeping through the entire sect. In an instant, countless disciples are shattered alive amidst the sounds of fear and screams. When Saint is angry, the heavens and earth crumble. Just with its momentum alone, it is enough to crush those in the law manifestation realm. Now, with a single roar, even if there are formations isolating the sound, it is enough to roar to death a large number of disciples with weak cultivation. Old Ancestor, please calm down. A half-saint realm elder emerges from seclusion and can't help but shout loudly, his expression filled with fear as he pleads, if the old Ancestor continues to vent like this, the Myriad beast sect will be finished. Old Ancestor. If this continues, the Myriad beast sect will be finished. Please calm down, Patriarch. One by one, the hidden semi-saints of the sect came out, shouting one after another. At this moment, only they dared to come out and stop it. In the ancestral land of the sect, accompanied by a violent explosion, the cave mansion shattered, and a majestic law manifestation appeared, towering in the heavens and earth, terrifying and boundless. Its eyes were like the sun and moon, with swirling chaotic mist, and countless ferocious beast shadows surrounded it. I sensed your fall during my seclusion, my brother. Who killed you? Who could kill you? Who dares to kill you? Could it be Su Changsheng? The majestic law manifestation shed tears. What? Purple Mountain Patriarch has fallen. And he died at the hands of Su Changsheng. Upon hearing this, several semi-saints of the Myriad beast sect were stunned. No wonder the Patriarch went mad. He was one of the two great saints of the Myriad beast sect, and he actually fell just like that. For a moment, several semi-saints also had the urge to faint. The sky was about to collapse. He was a saint, a pillar that supported the heavens, and yet he collapsed like this. I broke through at a critical moment and couldn't save you in time, my brother. Rest assured, I will definitely avenge you. The law manifestation murmured. Its voice was like thunder, shaking the heavens and earth. Su Changsheng, no matter what means you used, I will kill you to pay tribute to my brother. Boom. Just then, the sky suddenly dimmed, and stars appeared one after another. The divine chains of order intertwined, accompanied by a terrifying aura. No need, I will come and send you all on your way. A grand voice, calm but shaking the entire Myriad beast sect. Su Changsheng. Upon hearing this familiar voice, many elders of the Myriad beast sect and several powerful semi-saints widened their eyes. Ever since Su Changsheng killed the elders of the Myriad beast sect, they had been collecting information about him, including his voice and appearance. Now that this voice sounded, they immediately recognized its true identity, and they trembled. Su Changsheng actually attacked the headquarters of the Myriad beast sect. Why did he dare to do this? How could he dare to do this? Who gave him the courage? Su Changsheng. The towering law manifestation also reacted, roaring angrily and raising its hand to slap down, releasing a terrifying holy aura. No need to hurry, I'll send you on your way, to accompany you on the road to the Yellow Springs. Su Changsheng's voice resounded, boom. Countless stars revolved, like shooting stars, roaring as they fell, smashing towards Myriad beast sect, intending to completely destroy the entire sect. All sect members, follow orders and kill the enemy. A roar echoed throughout the sect. At this moment, this ancient sect that had existed for tens of thousands of years, a top power, erupted with its hidden reserves. Terrifying auras erupted one after another, the sect's formations fully activated, enough to suppress a saint. Ha ha ha. In the sky, Su Changsheng's laughter resounded, a force more than 10 times stronger than before erupted, the 9 Tribulations secret cannon, amplified tenfold. Not only cultivation, but also physical body, primordial spirit, divine ability, and all other aspects were enhanced tenfold. When the comprehensive combat power was stacked, it was dozens of times stronger. Boom! The number of stars skyrocketed, forming a vast galaxy, and then fiercely crashing down, from a distance, above the vast Myriad beast sect that covered thousands of miles. A sea of stars fell, each star burning with intense divine power, crazily crashing down like meteors. It was a scene like the end of the world. In the end, boundless starlight engulfed everything. 10 minutes later, Myriad beast sect was annihilated, leaving only ruins across thousands of miles of land. The wedding continues. On the other side, in Heavenly Origin City, at the location of the Su family's wedding banquet, Su Changsheng walked out, looking at the powerful individuals from various forces with a calm expression. His face was still handsome and flawless, as if he hadn't gone through a great battle. He's back already. Looking at Su Changsheng, who hadn't been gone for even 15 minutes, the powerful individuals from various forces were all a bit confused. Could it be that their previous guesses were all wrong, and the Immortal Saint did not go to destroy the Myriad beast sect? Come to think of it, the Myriad beast sect is a top-level power that has existed for tens of thousands of years, with profound heritage and an even stronger saint ancestor presiding over it. Even the experts at the 6th level of the saint realm dare not claim to have destroyed the Myriad beast sect within their own stronghold. As strong as Su Changsheng may be, it is impossible for him to be stronger than the 6th level of the saint realm, let alone resolve the situation in less than 15 minutes. This is an impossible thing. I must have been overthinking it. Su Changsheng, no matter how strong he is, cannot be stronger than the Ancestor. If the Ancestor cannot destroy the Myriad beast sect, then Su Changsheng definitely cannot. Ling Sword Heart secretly thought, the strongest Ancestor of the towering Void Sword sect is a powerhouse at the 6th level of the Saint Realm, but even he cannot destroy the Myriad beast sect. Not to mention in such a short amount of time. Soon, the wedding ended, and after a brief celebration, they were sent to the bridal chamber. A group of semi-saint sect masters couldn't sit still. After Su Changsheng left, they had a brief social gathering and then bid farewell and left. Among them were those who feared Su Changsheng's power and those who wanted to know the reaction and situation of the Myriad Beast sect. Of course, Ling Jian, the sect master of the towering Void Sword sect, was purely in fear. I must seize this opportunity with Su Changsheng. He thought. The patriarch Bai Yun did not leave. Having witnessed Su Changsheng's strength, he became even more determined to hold on to this golden opportunity and send his daughter, Yuega, over. Suzicheng. He said. With these thoughts in mind, Patriarch Bai Yun revealed a brilliant smile and approached Su Yun with Bai Yuega. He wanted to quickly confirm the marriage alliance. Of course, whether he could succeed or not, he was also very anxious in his heart. After all, Su Changsheng's past behavior was not that of someone who liked beauty. Su Changsheng naturally had no knowledge of all this, and even if he did, he couldn't be bothered to care. At this moment, he was engaged in one of the most important events in his life, the bridal chamber. Although there will be countless more in the future, for now, this is still the first time. Therefore, even Su Changsheng, rare as it may be, felt a trace of uneasiness in his heart. Flylu's 18th anniversary brand upgrade rewards readers. Top up 100 and get 500 VIP points. Grab it now. Activity time, August 10th to August 20th. Chapter 28 Wedding Night. Su Changsheng, I hate you. You are listening at novelfull.audio. In the bridal chamber, the candlelight flickered. Qingge. Su Changsheng slowly lifted the red veil, revealing Qingge's exquisite and beautiful face. Her narrow and enchanting eyes were adorned with delicate makeup, adding a touch of charm to her. A hint of crimson on her lips made her even more enchanting. Under the dim light, the woman in red stood alone, her gaze cold and her lips slightly bitten, stubbornly looking at Su Changsheng. In her eyes, there was hatred, anger, humiliation, and even a hint of complicated affection. Come, Qingge, let's drink the ceremonial wine. Su Changsheng smiled and poured the spiritual wine from the table next to him, handing it to Qingge. Qingge's expression was cold, and although she was unwilling, she still accepted it. I will never forgive you. Qingge raised her head, her gaze icy as she spoke in a cold tone to Su Changsheng. I will make you remember me for a lifetime, even if it's with hatred. Su Changsheng chuckled. He had known the consequences of his actions from the beginning, but since he had made the decision, he would not regret it. Now, even without the system, he would still do the same. Dang! With a light sound, the ceremonial wine cups collided, and after finishing the drink, a blush quickly appeared on Qingge's delicate face, her eyes watery and enchanting. Her mind was a bit dizzy. This spiritual wine was of extremely high quality, and even ordinary law manifestation realm experts dared not drink too much. Although Qingge was the heavenly empress, she had just been reborn and was only at the Qi realm, naturally unable to resist it. Su Changsheng. Perhaps it was due to drinking alcohol. Qingge became bold and courageous, as if she had regained the grace of an empress from a previous life. She embraced Su Changsheng and pulled him down. I am the empress, so it should be me who takes the initiative. With redness in the corners of her eyes, Qingge muttered fiercely and then passionately kissed him without hesitation. Su Changsheng was slightly surprised. His eyes widened as he looked at Qingge, who had tightly closed eyes and trembling eyelashes, with a nervous expression. He secretly smiled to himself. Indeed, she is still quite naive. Poof! With a light flick of his finger, the candle flame extinguished. Qingge's delicate body was pressed against the bed, her red clothes removed, revealing skin as white as jade, as if it were the most exquisite ivory, captivatingly beautiful. Soon, accompanied by a suppressed moan, Qingge cried out with a sobbing tone. Su Changsheng, I hate you. It really hurts. In her 2 lifetimes, this was the first time she had experienced such pain, as if it was even more agonizing than bone extraction. But within this pain, there was also a hint of sweetness. Next, 3 days and 3 nights passed, just as Su Changsheng fell into a state of bliss. The entire True Saint continent was already in a storm because of him. Countless forces were shaken, the top powers, first-class forces, including the lofty Taisher sect and the unruly Scarlet Forging Demon Palace that caused chaos in the world, all cast their gazes, because the headquarters of the Myriad Beast sect, which once ruled over millions of miles of land, had been destroyed, the entire headquarters, spanning tens of thousands of miles, had been leveled, 1/3 of the 10,000 Beast Mountain range disappeared as a result, the land turned into ruins, filled with terrifying craters. Within these craters, remnants of pure star power remained, as if a tremendously powerful stellar divine ability had been left behind. All the forces that had dispatched powerful individuals to investigate fell silent at this moment. In the entire true Saint continent, there was only one person who could unleash such a powerful stellar divine ability and destroy the Myriad Beast sect, and that was Changsheng. Although it was hard to believe, after numerous investigations by top forces, the conclusion was finally reached: the Myriad Beast sect was destroyed by Changsheng. And it only took about 15 minutes to completely level the entire Myriad Beast sect. For a while, the true Saint continent was shaken. Not only that, many forces from nearby continents also cast their attention and focused on this matter. It's unbelievable, truly unbelievable. That was the Myriad Beast sect. Even though they had lost a Saint Ancestor beforehand, they still had a stronger one, plus the foundation of the Myriad Beast sect. Even a normal 6th Heaven Saint wouldn't dare to claim they could wipe them out, but Changsheng did. Is this still a newly ascended saint? This level of strength is too terrifying. Changsheng is definitely more than an ordinary saint. He is at least a 6th Heaven Saint and possesses a top-grade saint weapon. That is his true strength. That's right. Now that I think about it, Changsheng must have obtained a great opportunity, otherwise, he wouldn't be this strong. The Myriad Beast sect went there so eagerly, probably because they discovered some secret and wanted to seize it, but Changsheng silenced them. I wonder what secret it is that even saints are tempted by. It's truly frightening. Changsheng's current strength is probably close to the pinnacle of the true Saint continent. Apart from the two overlords, is there any Saint Ancestor in the major top forces who can surpass him? In the following days, the entire true Saint continent was in an uproar. Countless forces were discussing Changsheng, and the sect masters and powerful saints from all sides were shocked by him. There were also many powerful individuals speculating about Changsheng's strength. The major forces are hiding very deep. Perhaps there are Saint Ancestors who can surpass Changsheng, but at least on the surface, Changsheng is the number one among the Saint Ancestors of the major top forces in the true Saint continent. The number one person in the true Saint continent. Wow, the Su family has truly risen. Although they only have one Saint Ancestor, just this one longevity saint is enough to rank among the strongest top forces, comparable to the towering Void Sword sect. It's too heaven-defying. Countless cultivators were amazed and shocked. Even the two dominant forces, the Taisher sect and the Scarlet Forging Demon Palace, had powerful figures paying attention, their eyes filled with indiscernible meaning, and the runes of the great Tao surging and rumbling. They were focusing on Changsheng and deciding how to deal with him. Do not offend. This Changsheng has risen to the sky. True Saint Continent may no longer be able to suppress him. We must establish a good relationship with him. Although we are not afraid, we should still avoid offending him. The reactions of the Saint Ancestors from the Wang family, Primordial Origin sect, and Towering Void Sword sect varied. Even the strongest Towering Void Sword sect, although not afraid of Changsheng's power, did not want to easily offend him. Quick, mobilize the troops and plunder the resources of the Myriad Beast sect. With such a top power falling, the vast resources will be enough to make a sect expand. But aren't they afraid of offending Changsheng? Although Changsheng is strong, it is impossible for him to swallow the Myriad Beast sect alone. In this operation, all the top powers will take action. He cannot stop them alone. One top power after another moved out, plundering the territory and resources of the Myriad Beast sect, including many first-rate powers who wanted to benefit from it. In response to this, the Su family also took action, mobilizing their troops to plunder. With 3,000 Law Manifestation Realm cultivators and 30 nearly semi-saint level Everlasting Realm experts, they were also an extremely powerful force. Coupled with Changsheng's power, many top powers chose to retreat, allowing the Su family to seize nearly 1/3 of the resources and occupy a significant amount of territory. the resources of the Su family suddenly expanded by more than double. Humph, these top powers are truly hateful. It was clearly the immortal ancestor who destroyed the Myriad beast sect, yet they dare to come and snatch the spoils, taking away more than half of the resources. In the main hall, the elders of the Su family spoke resentfully. P.S. Regarding the issue of being a licking dog, it is mainly to better shape the character of Qingge, not just a mere tool or vase. It seems that it has gone too far now, and the character development is not good, which has led to the protagonist becoming a licking dog. I apologize for this. As for the issue of water, it is the author's own style. I will try to improve it in the future. Felu's 18th anniversary brand upgrade rewards readers. Get 500 VIP points for every 100 points charged. Claim now, promotion period, August 10th to August 20th.